Hello, I'm Hope Logan. I'm an actor on Bold and the Beautiful, and many people really love both me and our Bold and the Beautiful drama. So I've come here to share updates about my beloved Bold and the Beautiful. Everyone, please subscribe and support me. If you do, I will keep coming every day with new updates for you. The world of fashion is about to erupt into absolute chaos as July Sweeps begins on the Bold and the Beautiful, running from June 25th through July 20th. And the battle lines are being drawn in ways nobody saw coming. Deep betrayals, shocking family divisions, dangerous business rivalries, and devastating consequences are preparing to shake both Forrester Creations and the House of Logan to their very foundations. At the center of it all stands Brooke Logan, a woman who is about to discover a betrayal so personal, so unexpected, that it may push her into making one of the harshest decisions she has ever made against her own daughter. But while one empire rises, another may be heading toward total collapse. The question now is simple. Which fashion house will survive the storm, and which one is about to come crashing down in spectacular fashion? The first major shockwave begins with a revelation that threatens to tear apart the Logan family itself. As Friday arrives, excitement fills the air as the House of Logan officially prepares to hit the runway. But Brooke Logan's anticipation quickly transforms into complete disbelief when she uncovers the truth she never expected. Standing at the center of Katie Logan's new fashion vision is none other than Hope Logan herself, secretly working alongside Deacon Sharp as the powerful new creative duo behind the Hope for the Future House of Logan collection. In that devastating moment, Brooke realizes this is far bigger than simply Deacon designing behind the scenes. This collection carries Hope's name, Hope's influence, and Hope's direct involvement. And suddenly, everything Brooke believed she knew begins collapsing around her. What makes the betrayal sting even deeper is the memory of Brooke's own confidence just days earlier. She had openly dismissed Deacon, coldly labeling him a talented nobody, casually insulting his reputation right in front of him without hesitation. Even afterward, she confidently returned to Ridge Forrester and Steffi Forrester, assuring them that Katie's new fashion ambitions were laughable and posed absolutely no threat to Forrester Creations. Brooke had smugly declared that Katie had no hope, quite literally, insisting Deacon lacked the industry recognition necessary to compete. But now, as the horrifying truth settles in, Brooke realizes how wrong she was. The one piece she never saw coming was her own daughter secretly standing beside Katie. Worse still, the betrayal cuts even deeper when Brooke learns Donna Logan knew the truth all along. Furious, heartbroken, and feeling completely blindsided, Brooke may immediately demand that Hope abandon Katie's operation, walk away from Logan entirely, and return to Forrester Creations. But this time, Hope may finally refuse to follow her mother's wishes. As the Logan family fractures, another storm begins brewing elsewhere, this time centered around Electra Forrester. Until now, Electra has been incredibly supportive of Will Spencer, working alongside his family's business ventures, standing by him without complaint as new projects developed around him. But everything may begin shifting once secrets begin coming to light. Will has been sworn to secrecy regarding the highly anticipated jewelry line and the powerful centerpiece known as the Hope for the Future diamond. But his silence could soon cost him dearly. The realization that Logan is now preparing direct competition against Electra's own jewelry line creates a dangerous new tension, one that Bill Spencer casually brushes aside by reminding his son that business is simply business. But for Electra, this situation feels deeply personal. The problem only worsens once she learns exactly who she is competing against. Shauna Fulton has entered the picture, carrying serious credibility after being personally trained by none other than legendary jewelry designer Quinn Forrester herself. Electra knows better than anyone what Quinn's legacy represents. Quinn wasn't simply talented. She was an icon whose craftsmanship helped shape generations of designers. She trained Ivy Spencer as well, proving just how influential her mentorship truly was. And now, rumors suggest Wyatt Spencer may also step in to consult on the jewelry line. Wyatt, Quinn's very first protege, carries years of experience and likely inherited much of his mother's extraordinary skill. Add in possession of the valuable Hope for the Future diamond, and suddenly the competition becomes terrifyingly serious. Yet the deeper wound for Electra may not be professional fear at all. It may be personal betrayal. Because in her mind, Will could have warned her without revealing any confidential secrets, and the fact that he stayed silent could leave permanent damage in their relationship. Meanwhile, tensions inside the Forrester household are about to reach explosive levels, especially once Ridge Forrester learns the full extent of Hope's betrayal. Brooke had spent the week feeling optimistic, believing Hope would soon return to Forrester Creations and repair the growing fractures between the families. Instead, reality delivers a crushing blow. Hope hasn't returned at all. In fact, she has secretly aligned herself with Katie, effectively working against everything Ridge and Steffi have built. What frustrates the situation even more is the fact that Hope never formally resigned. She never simply walked away with honesty. She maintained the illusion of a leave of absence while secretly working with a direct competitor. And in Ridge's eyes, that crosses a line that cannot be forgiven. Old wounds begin reopening almost instantly. Ridge still remembers the betrayal during the Forrester coup, when Hope stood against the family and shattered the trust he once placed in her. Back then, he branded her disloyal and declared she no longer belonged. And now history feels like it is repeating itself all over again. Ridge may quickly reach his emotional breaking point and demand something drastic from Brooke. He may insist Hope can no longer remain under their roof. In his eyes, allowing someone he considers a traitor to casually sit at the breakfast table every morning is completely unacceptable. Even more dangerously, Ridge could force Brooke into an impossible decision by delivering a devastating ultimatum. Choose him or choose Hope. And as betrayed as Brooke already feels, she may very well side with Ridge. That impossible family conflict could lead directly into another life-changing transition for Hope and Liam Spencer. If Ridge's anger escalates exactly as expected, Hope may refuse to allow Brooke to suffer through the pain of physically forcing her own daughter out of the house. Rather than waiting for the confrontation to worsen, Hope could simply make the difficult decision herself. Gathering Liam and their daughter Beth, she may quietly announce they are leaving. But where would they go when tensions with the Logans and Forresters have reached this level of destruction? The answer may already be waiting. Bill Spencer and Katie Logan would almost certainly welcome them without hesitation. In fact, only recently they openly invited Hope to spend more time at their home. And with everything unfolding now, the Spencer mansion may become Hope and Liam's next sanctuary. Bill has more than enough space, and if necessary, he could easily build additional accommodations. After all, Hope and Liam are family, and Beth is Bill's beloved granddaughter. Katie would likely be thrilled to have them move in permanently, giving her the chance to spend precious time with her family while simultaneously delivering yet another painful blow to Brooke. The emotional symbolism would be impossible to ignore. Brooke loses her daughter, while Katie gains an even stronger connection with her niece, and the rivalry between sisters deepens further than ever before. Elsewhere, another betrayal begins surfacing, this time threatening the relationship between Eric Forrester and Donna Logan. Friday marks the highly anticipated reveal of the Hope for the Future House of Logan collection, but behind the glamour and excitement lies an ugly truth ready to explode. Donna has spent weeks trapped in the middle of Brooke and Katie's bitter rivalry, desperately trying to avoid taking sides. She had privately begged Hope not to join Logan, fully understanding the devastation this decision would eventually cause. Yet despite her concerns, she kept the secret hidden from everyone. As Friday's explosive episode unfolds and the truth finally comes out, Brooke will quickly realize Hope has been secretly working behind everyone's backs while pretending to simply be on leave from Forrester Creations. Naturally, suspicion immediately turns toward Donna. Brooke will almost certainly begin interrogating her sister, demanding to know exactly what she knew and how long she had been keeping the secret. That confrontation creates another dangerous ripple effect, because once Brooke starts digging, Eric Forrester will inevitably learn Donna had known the truth this entire time as well. And from Eric's perspective, Donna may appear to have participated in deceiving the entire Forrester family. Ironically, Donna once kept Eric's own secret when he was secretly working at Logan, proving loyalty sometimes forces impossible choices. Hopefully, Eric remembers that history before reacting too harshly, but Brooke's reaction seems far less forgiving. She may explode with fury and accuse Donna of being just as guilty as Katie herself, pushing yet another Logan-sister relationship dangerously close to collapse. But amid all this family destruction, one side of the battle is preparing to celebrate a massive victory. Friday's runway event promises to be huge as Hope officially debuts her new collection under Logan, sending the fashion world into a frenzy. The press will immediately recognize the significance of this moment. Hope Logan is no ordinary designer entering a new company. She represents one of the biggest names in the fashion industry, and her sudden departure from Forrester Creations to join Katie Logan instantly becomes front-page scandal material. The story itself becomes nearly as significant as Eric Forrester's own highly anticipated couture collection launch. Even more importantly, the designs themselves appear destined for success. Deacon Sharp and Hope poured tremendous effort into this collection, working tirelessly behind closed doors to create something special. Brooke herself admitted Deacon possesses genuine talent, even if she cruelly dismissed his lack of industry recognition. But now Deacon has exactly what he lacked: Hope Logan's name attached to his work. That instantly changes everything. Add in the controversy surrounding Hope's dramatic departure from Ridge, Steffi, and Brooke's company, and suddenly public interest skyrockets even higher. Sales could surge simply because everyone wants to witness the scandal unfold firsthand. Bill Spencer, always obsessed with smart financial strategy, has already carefully controlled costs, meaning profitability could be enormous. As the night unfolds, champagne will begin flowing freely, while Katie, Bill, Hope, and Deacon raise glasses high in celebration, toasting what could become one of the biggest victories Logan has ever seen. But while Logan celebrates triumph, the Forrester empire may be quietly walking toward disaster. Brooke recently reassured everyone that Katie's launch was poorly timed and completely harmless, confidently insisting Deacon alone could never threaten Forrester Creations. Yet that assumption now looks catastrophically wrong. For weeks, Carter Walton has repeatedly emphasized one very important detail. Eric Forrester's couture collection represents the most expensive collection Forrester Creations has ever attempted. Massive resources have already been poured into its production, leaving little room for financial error. The company placed enormous bets on Eric's collection, dominating headlines and overwhelming competitors. Now, everything has changed. The House of Logan launch is arriving first, immediately capturing public attention in ways nobody inside Forrester anticipated. Katie releasing a Hope Logan collection transforms the event into a media sensation the fashion press simply cannot ignore. Reporters, critics, and buyers will focus heavily on the scandal, the family betrayal, and Hope's shocking career move. The timing could not be worse for Eric's couture launch, scheduled for the very next day. Normally, Eric's work would dominate headlines without question, but Hope's explosive debut may continue monopolizing front-page coverage long after the Logan event concludes. Instead of shifting attention toward Eric's masterpiece, media outlets may continue obsessing over Hope's betrayal story. And if that happens, the the consequences could be catastrophic. If Eric's expensive couture collection fails to sell out quickly, Forrester Creations could find itself facing a financial crisis unlike anything the company has experienced in years. The company has already overspent dramatically, pushing enormous resources into Eric's launch because they desperately wanted to overshadow the previous collection Eric once worked on with Katie at Logan. It was a risky gamble, fueled by pride, rivalry, and desperation to reclaim dominance. But now, Hope's shocking debut under Logan threatens to steal every ounce of valuable media attention. Front pages may belong entirely to Katie, Hope, and Deacon, leaving Eric's expensive masterpiece fighting desperately for visibility. And that may become the beginning of something far darker. Because as July Sweeps begins, this is no longer simply a family rivalry or a fashion competition. This has become an all-out war between two powerful dynasties where betrayals are cutting deeper than ever, loyalties are collapsing under pressure, and billion-dollar empires may soon crumble beneath the weight of their own pride. Brooke faces losing her daughter. Ridge may force an impossible choice. Hope could abandon everything she once knew and move permanently into the Spencer world. Donna may pay the price for keeping dangerous secrets. Electra's trust in Will could shatter. Bill and Katie stand ready to celebrate a massive victory. And perhaps most devastating of all, the mighty Forrester empire itself may be standing on the edge of financial ruin. One thing is certain. By the time July Sweeps ends, nothing in the bold and the beautiful will ever look the same again. As the dust begins settling from those first explosive betrayals, the emotional aftershocks are only beginning to spread. Because what initially looked like a simple business rivalry is rapidly transforming into something far more dangerous. A full-scale family war where every relationship is being tested and every secret threatens to detonate at exactly the wrong moment. Across Los Angeles, the atmosphere surrounding both fashion houses grows heavier by the hour. Inside the glamorous offices of Forrester Creations, tension hangs thick in the air like an approaching storm, while over at Logan, excitement builds around a bold, new future that suddenly feels unstoppable. But in true bold and the beautiful fashion, every victory comes at a cost, and for some, the consequences of these choices may soon become impossible to survive emotionally. Brooke Logan now finds herself standing in one of the most painful positions of her entire life, trapped between the people she loves most, while watching everything around her fracture beyond repair. The revelation that Hope secretly aligned herself with Katie has shaken Brooke on a deeply personal level, but the pain runs much deeper than simple professional betrayal. For Brooke, this feels like history repeating itself in the cruelest way imaginable. Once again, her own family is divided, and once again, she finds herself forced to choose between loyalty to the people she built her life around and the daughter she has spent years trying to protect. The hardest part may not even be Hope's actions themselves, but the realization that Hope consciously chose not to tell her mother the truth. That silence speaks louder than anything else, and Brooke cannot ignore the message hidden underneath it. Hope no longer trusts her enough to be honest. As Brooke wrestles with heartbreak, Ridge Forrester's anger is building with frightening intensity. For Ridge, Hope's secret move to Logan is not some unfortunate misunderstanding that can simply be forgiven after a tense family argument. In his eyes, this is betrayal in its purest form, a direct attack against the Forrester family and everything they have spent years protecting. He has tolerated conflict with Hope before, but each time he tried to believe lessons had been learned. Now, standing here again, watching Hope secretly work against them while pretending she was merely taking leave from the company, Ridge feels something far more dangerous than disappointment. He feels humiliated. The idea that someone living under his own roof could quietly undermine the company while sharing meals with the very people she was deceiving creates a level of anger that may push Ridge into making choices even Brooke cannot defend. The situation inside the Logan household may soon spiral into one of the most emotionally devastating confrontations viewers have seen in months. Brooke's instinct as a mother will naturally pull her toward protecting Hope, but the pressure coming from Ridge may become unbearable. If Ridge truly forces Brooke to choose between their relationship and allowing Hope to stay under their roof, Brooke may experience a moment of emotional paralysis unlike anything she expected. On one side stands the man she loves and the future she has built with him. On the other stands her daughter, wounded and determined, chasing independence even if it means destroying family ties in the process. The tragedy here is that Brooke may understand exactly why Hope made her choices, but still feel unable to support them. That inner conflict could tear Brooke apart long before any final decision is made. And while Brooke struggles emotionally, Hope Logan herself may finally be stepping into a completely new chapter of her life. One defined not by approval from family, but by her own willingness to stand on her own convictions. For years, Hope has operated under the shadow of expectations placed on her by both the Logan and Forrester families. Every decision she made carried emotional consequences, and every career move required navigating complicated family politics. But now, by joining Katie and building something entirely separate from Forrester Creations, Hope may be signaling that she is finally done living according to everyone else's expectations. The emotional significance of this cannot be overstated. For Hope, this move is not simply about fashion. It is about reclaiming control over her identity, even if the cost of that freedom means losing people she loves along the way.